Prime Minister is still dealing with the fallout from his unprecedented takeover of a small Tasmanian hospital in a marginal Liberal electorate. But there's little doubt the prospect of such a bailout has struck a popular chord elsewhere. A number of communities around the nation are now asking the question, if the federal government could rescue a hospital in regional Tasmania, why not ours? Deborah Cornwall reports from Batemans Bay on the New South Wales south coast.
Bit to talk about this morning. If you'd like to ring in just on the off chance that Tony Abbott, the Federal Health Minister, is listening this morning, and let him know the hospital that you'd like the Commonwealth to take over.
Yes, he can come and visit our hospital anytime. If it's given me hope, imagine what it's done for other people in regional areas that have said, oh, well, if he can do that there, why can't he do that here?
Hearts have been set aflutter and old hopes revived in hundreds of towns and hamlets across the land. Towns like Batemans Bay, a booming tourist village on the south coast of New South Wales.
One of the most important things for Batemans Bay is the local hospital. Now, the state has been running it down, and everywhere I go in Batemans Bay, the single question is about the hospital.
The local federal member, Joanna Gash, is just one of an army of nervous Liberal MPs now beating a path to Health Minister Tony Abbott's door, looking for the same golden handout the small Tasmanian town of Devonport has just been blessed with.
Today in the party room, I'll certainly be bringing up the question of the Batemans Bay Hospital.
Tony Abbott has since backpedalled on his open invitation last week to look at any other hospitals in need.
This is a one-off proposal for a unique situation in northern Tasmania.
Okay, or do you want to leave that box up there now?
But try telling that to the good ladies of the Batemans Bay Hospital Auxiliary, who've raised well over $500,000 in the past decade for critical equipment like heart monitors and theatre trolleys, bought and paid for by endless rounds of cakes, fates and homespun teddies. How important is it to you to keep this hospital going?
We love it. We love to do it. We enjoy every minute of it, don't we, Jeanette?
Yes, we do. Oh, it's essential that this hospital is kept going.
A magnet for sea changes, Batemans Bay outgrew its local hospital years ago. The Eurobodalla Shire now has a population of 38,000, which swells to 120,000 in the summer months.
Good evening. How are you going today?
Hi, Helen.
But as the Shire has boomed, the hospital's services have shrunk.
What we've lost recently is on-call theatre staff, meaning we've been dumbed down and can't deal with simple fractures, dislocations, cardioversions. Unconscious patients are put at much more risk.
Just last month, all emergency surgery was cancelled at Batemans Bay, and the maternity ward where Christy Bacco had her first 5 babies was closed down 3 years ago.
If you've got a growing population, I think you do need a decent hospital. And in situations, there's been women have babies in ambulances in the front of their house because of that.
There is another small hospital in the town of Moruya, 25 kilometres down the road. But like Batemans Bay, anyone with serious problems, about 40% of patients, have to be transferred to larger hospitals at least 2 hours away.
A third of our population now is over the age of 55, and often that age group brings with it a new group of healthcare requirements. Often they become chronic. Now, our 2 hospitals, based at Moruya and Batemans Bay, can't cope with that. We've got probably only 85 to 100 beds at any given time. That's well below the state averages for the number of beds per capita.
The New South Wales government has told the Shire its 2 small hospitals will ultimately have to be replaced with a single larger regional hospital. But that's at least 15 years away, and there are no plans in the pipeline.
It'd be better if you could transfer him because we're running out of beds.
Local GP Dr David Rivette says the continuing cutbacks at Batemans Bay Hospital have placed medical staff under extraordinary pressure. How stressful is it working in a country town?
Though managing severe trauma or seriously ill patients without the diagnostic backup means you're flying by the seat of your pants quite often in rural Australia. Talking to country doctors from all over Australia, the wheels are coming off left, right and centre.
But public health experts say while country communities still cling to the idea that a bigger, better hospital in their area might fix their problems, the huge costs of modern healthcare and a lack of trained staff means rural hospitals can't ever hope to offer the same level of treatment as major city hospitals.
They like the old corner store. This is the age of the supermarket. And you want efficient services that are well delivered, that are technically capable, that are safe, that give you the best chance of recovery. They're not going to be managed in the large part by a network of small rural hospitals. That's not the story.
Professor Stephen Leader, an internationally renowned public health specialist, says the federal government's unprecedented intervention in Tasmania to save one small hospital had no doubt raised the hopes of many small towns around the country. The problem was it went against everything responsible healthcare administrators had been trying to achieve in the past 2 decades, as smaller hospitals have been steadily closed down.
Suddenly someone intervenes and does a kind of backyard blitz and says, look at this, isn't this brilliant? Saying, oh yeah, Big Daddy's here, we'll fix it for you. It's often better to be treated by a group of highly skilled paramedics in an ambulance that gets you to a major centre than to be treated inadequately.
It's a rational argument, but one that's yet to win the hearts and minds of the citizens of Batemans Bay.
I think we deserve proper health facilities for no matter who I am, whether I'm old, young, pregnant, one-legged, whichever way.
Thank you.
Deborah Cornwall with that report. South Australia has a new governor tonight with